Good day, everybody. Welcome to our Hikvision introduction on our AX Pro. This is going to be just an introduction regarding our alarm and our accessories for the alarm system. So we're going to jump into it. I'm happy that everybody can hear me. That's good. So here we go. So AX Pro is our alarm system. We had a model before that called the AX Hub. This is the latest model. So this gives you a lot more functionality and a way more options compared to the previous model. Right, so the AX Pro family, we're going to be discussing different products where it can be multiply applied and how to connect it to different platforms. So this is the family range. This has been approved, and this is a very nice and wonderful looking design. So it's very modern and very sleek. On our devices, first of all, if we look at the motion detectors, we have some little bit of a setup here. It's the PIRs. We have Dual-Tech models. We have the PIR cam. We've got the ceiling mount PIR, which is like a 360 model that can be mounted on the ceiling. And then we've got our break glass detector PIR, where everything is in one, so it's got that dual function for it. Then we have our door contacts. We've got our normal door contacts. We have the nice and good looking sexy slim models. We also have the mag locks, which is a little bit bigger for roller shutters or doors, so we have that at least quite a few options there. Then on our automation side, we have input transmitters, we have relays, wireless switches, and smart plugs, which is very nice. The smart plug itself can be used to switch on and switch off anything inside the premises or at your client's house or your own house. It depends on what your needs are. Then we have our keypads, tags, we've got our key fobs, wireless outdoor sirens. We even have an indoor siren. So wherever you would like to put up a siren, then at least you have the capability of having it inside and outside. On our outdoor detectors, we have our Dual-Tech model. We also have, which is very nice coming soon, is our PIR cam. That is the bigger outdoor detector with a adaptable little cam that you can plug onto it. So you can either use just the beam or the cam. Then we also have a smoke detector. We have heat detectors that's coming soon and CO detectors. The smoke detectors are nice because they're very quick and easy to install. Because it's wireless, there's no need of running cables. So wherever you need to put up a smoke detector, you can link it straight to the alarm. We also have other options, as example, for our water sensor. So this will give you a notification if something is flooding. So that makes it a lot easier for shops and businesses. You can have glass spray detectors. And then for emergency, you have emergency buttons. You have one that you can wear around your neck. You have a watch as well for elderly people, if you would like to make sure that they are safe. And this can all be linked to the call center or to a monitoring company. So the AX Pro is a wireless system. It's easy to install. You can use it for home automation. You can have the detectors, which is dual frequency. So that gives you at least a better option, and a backup battery is 12 hours on the device. It can be linked with multiple connections through either radio, LAN, Wi-Fi, or GSM. It's up to you or your client. Here we have two models. So the first one is the AX Pro Hub, the L model. Then we have the M model. So this just gives you indication of the differences between the two. So this allows you to see how many users more you can use, how many zones you can have for in and outputs. So this gives you the capability to expand if you need be expanding. The first model, the L model, has only 2 repeaters that we can connect to it, and the M model has 4 repeaters because it's a 96 input and output. So it's basically the same as your zones. With the 96 model input and output, we have a dual SIM model on that. So then you can have both different SIM cards, so you don't have to use the same provider. So if one falls away, you have a backup. You have the onboard video as well, and you have the built-in tag system, which makes it a lot easier. So previously it was set at a lot less. The distance was a lot less. Now they have increased it. They have increased the areas. They have increased the printout log as well. So we have 32 areas on the new model. We have 5,000 logs that we can pull, and it can be connected through 3G or 4G. It's dual SIM, like we mentioned, and you have onboard video as well. So this gives you the capability of pulling in your videos as well. And it's got all the new functionalities, including our coverage on cloud. So as users, you can have an admin, an installer, and 46 users. So this gives you a lot more options than previously. The installer can be used as an account through HIK Pro Connect, and that allows the technician to be able to set settings if there needs to be remotely. The system can send out SMSs, it can be connected to the app, and it's a long life battery on it. So we have up to 96 wireless inputs and outputs, like we mentioned. So that ranges from the sensors to the relays to the smart plugs. Our wireless sirens is for indoor, outdoor. There's different applications. So it depends on your quotation or depends on your environment that you need it for. It can handle up to 4 wireless repeaters. So to extend areas. So if you have a complex area and you want to put up maybe those little watch batteries for older people, you can use this repeater to repeat those signals from different areas to have one panel, but just the repeaters. You have the keypads, the T-fobs, key tags. You have the key fobs, and then you have the normal tags itself. So it depends on your application, but those little tags just tag onto the box itself or by the keypad, and then it will be able to disarm and arm the alarm system. We also, like we mentioned, have 4 capability on onboard videos for them, and we can assign 32 areas. So depends on the areas. Areas would be normally also called as partitions. So it depends on what your application is. So you can have one area for indoor and one area for outdoor, and then you can have a third area for whatever, maybe a granny flat or something. We also offer models, these models in kits, so you can sell them also in different models of kits. So you have different setups. Some of them have 2 PIRs inside and 2 door contacts with 2 key fobs. Others have more options. So it depends on your application and what you would like to use. Right, on our part 2. So the system is very easy to use. That's why we would say why. The question is, why would we use AX Pro? It's easy to use. The equipment that's been designed and built into it is very reliable. We can have video feed straight from the alarm system. You can make your house a smart automation, and also it prevents fire. On our wireless devices, It's reliable with our connection through our radio and IP transmission. They use a frequency of 868 megahertz frequency, so this doesn't allow any interference or any problems. It can be connected to an NVR, it can be connected to our ARC, or to HIK-Central, or to any mobile app that's connected to Hikvision. We have both two different ways of wireless products. The first one is our Trail X wireless products, which is our sensors, our door contacts, our panic buttons, and our smart plugs. Then we have our Cam-X wireless products. So this is our PIR cameras that's built into the PIR. It's a camera, and then also the outdoor models. So this gives you a much longer range, up to 2,000 meters now. So you can put up those sensors and connect up everything way further than what you used to. On the CAM models, we have up to 800 meters now that you can transmit this. So if you do have a repeater, it can go to the repeater, and from that repeater, it will extend it. The PIR camera takes snapshots of whatever happened in that event. So once there's movement, it will trigger the alarm and take the snapshots and send it right through to your mobile phone or to the security company, whichever ARC they are using. This will be connected, like we mentioned, to the cloud as well. And this gives you live feed immediately. The system can also handle up to 4 IP cameras and transmit that within 7 seconds. So you can immediately have the video feed, not just the alarm notification. So you can see exactly what has happened. This gives you a lot more safety, more functionality, and more control over your signals and over your alarm system. Also, this can be used for Heat Pro cameras. So these cameras are specially designed also to pick up heat and fire. So this prevents the situation. So if you do have a client that has an area that's a little bit sensitive and they want to have a look at the safety of maybe fire or any smoke, this allows you to give you that option to use the type of cameras that we have to integrate it into your alarm system. Like I've mentioned earlier as well, we also have the AccuSense that can be connected as through the smart link. This gives you the capability of using the AccuSense function, not just as a standalone camera or not just on your NVR, but also through your alarm system. So we had a situation previously where there was a gentleman that installed outdoor detectors, but unfortunately the owner had big puppies, so that created a lot of false alarms and a lot of issues. With this, if you install AccuSense cameras, you can connect them straight to the AX Pro, which will trigger the alarm system, which will notify the security company. Right, yeah, we're just going to show a little clip.
看一下，哪家？ 是2吗？
它刚才是关联在哪啊？
这下面可以选2吧，应该是。你把它全部不放吧。
全部不放，你有些探测器它可能因为故障原因你播不了。
你们怎么问题这么多？
我
要看一下都 device 吗？
你这没有
在
有吗？有了吗？
这个应该是
有了。
Right, so that's just an indication to show what the Heat Pro can do for you guys to be able to integrate it into the alarm system. So as we carry on further, we have home automation. These are the smart plugs and the relays that can be used to the alarm system to be able to detect or switch on or whatever the application is that you guys need. So with this, you can basically switch on air cons, switch them off again, or lights. So the same goes for the relay modules. You can also use them to unlock doors for garage or gates or whichever function we'd like to have outdoors. And the same goes for the smart plugs. The smart plugs can just be plugged into a normal wall plug. And then you can basically remotely switch on and switch off that plug wherever you are. This also allows you to have the temperature reader in to show what the temperature is at the house, if you maybe need to switch on the aircon. We also have the smoke detectors that can link up with the smart home automation and also the water leak detector. So that can be installed underneath your geyser or certain areas where you are worried that maybe they just did plumbing in your kitchen and you're scared that maybe something goes wrong while you're at work. You just put the sensor down there, it's wireless, and it will immediately alert you as soon as it picks up water. Right, on our design side itself, on the sensors, these PIRs are easy to be able to install, easy to use. On the top area, you've got the infrared light. At the bottom, you've got the camera that's built into it. And then at the bottom, you have the lens itself for the PIR. Inside it, you have the batteries where you can also switch on and switch off the device if need be. And you also have the tamper switch. So if somebody opens it up, then it will trigger the tamper. This is on our PIR cam models, and it's the same as the outdoor detectors. They have the same functionality, but it all depends on if your outdoor detector comes with the beam. Oh, sorry, with the camera. So this gives you up to 12-meter range, and it has a 30 kg PET immune built into it. So that can also be set up, and 800 meters wireless transmission to your AX Pro. So this gives you at least the comfortability to be able to put up the sensor in a normal house, in a normal environment, and be able to still get that footage through. This will take up to 20 photos of a little GIF that it puts together as a play. So it basically takes snapshots. The battery inside it, or the batteries inside it, has a 6-year lifespan. So these are normal batteries. So these detectors, like we mentioned earlier, you have the combo version where you have the glass plate detector with the PIR built in. So this is ideal for shop areas where you can put it close to the entrance of the shop where there's a lot of big glass windows. And the same goes for the curtain PIR that can also be installed in certain shop areas or normal houses. Then we have the normal indoor PIR and the PIR cam version. Our smoke detector can be installed in multiple places, and our mag locks can also be installed in multiple places, from normal doors to garage doors. The application is up to you. Then we have our emergency buttons, where you can wear it as like a watch, or you can have one underneath the counter or by a counter as a standard emergency button. On our mag locks and door contacts, we have up to 1,600 meter range, and a battery life is 5 years on the battery life. It's a 2-channel. What that basically means, this specific mag lock allows you to connect up 2 wires. So if it is the case that it's a big industrial place and they've got roller shutters, you can connect the roller shutter itself directly to this door contact and send it back to your panel. Then on the small slim models, it's a little bit less distance, so it's only 1,200 meters, but 1,200 meters is still a lot. It's easy to install, it's very lightweight, and it's got a 3-year battery lifespan on it. On our outdoor sirens and indoors, they trigger up to 1,600 meters, a 5-year battery life, and you can adjust the volumes. These sirens run off 110 dBs, so that gives you that decibels on the outside, that loud noise. So you get them in different colors as well. Then on our repeaters, you can put up a repeater from your panel to the point where your repeater is going to be. That is 1,600 meters. And then from that repeater, you can still take your cam PIR and you can have it at to 800 meters still away from it. This can still be interactive with 4 repeaters. So you can link them in chain if you need be. It has a backup battery life of 35 hours. So if there is load shedding, if there's load shedding or something, then at least you have backup power. Right, on our control devices, this is for your keypads or your key fobs. You have the normal keypad that you can mount up. Nowadays, a lot of people are trying to simplify similar designs of products, where they're trying to simplify the design of it and the functionality of it. There's no need anymore nowadays to have an actual display, because we have it on our phones. So most of us do look at our phones instead of the alarm display in your bedroom or your passage. So this gives you at least capability to arm and disarm if you can't find the phone, like my wife, or you can't find your remote. The distance is for the keypad up to 1,200 meters, and for the remote up to 900 meters. This is what we discussed earlier about the outdoor wireless detectors. These detectors are just the outdoor detector. They work off a 90-degree angle. They are pet friendly as well, but depends on your environment and it depends on what the beam is, the outdoor detector is looking at. It's got long range as well, and the camera can be clipped on the top of the beam. So that camera module separate, you can order them with them together or separately. So it's up to you. It will also take that snapshots and send it through to either the client's phone or to HIK-Central or to the ARC monitoring company. Then we have wireless transmitters that can be connected directly to the AX Pro. This gives you the capability, as you can see in this picture, you have a little module here. That module you can connect up any other third-party sensor or device and have it sending it directly to the panel. The batteries are connected up, so you can also feed power to your device from here as well. Then we have our door contact, like I mentioned earlier, also have the capability of connecting up 2 wires. So if you do have a roller shutter, you can connect up the roller shutter directly to it, and it can send it directly from there to your wireless panel. This is just to show the interface of the HIK Connect app, and just to show you a little bit that it will give you all the functionality that you need. You'll be able to switch on and switch off. You can check what the signal strength is. You can see what the battery life is, and you can see if maybe an object has left the area. So if you do have an outdoor detector and somebody takes that detector, if it was installed correctly, it should give you the tamper. If it doesn't give you the tamper, it will notify you that it cannot see that anymore. If your cameras are connected to it as well, if one of your cameras go down, it will inform you as well that one of your cameras are no longer there. Right, multiple applications. So this can be connected, like we mentioned, to HIK Connect. It can be connected to Pro Connect, to the VMSs, so like HIK-Central, or to different parties like FSK, or maybe to Listener or Watch Manager. So your application is available there for you to be able to connect it to multiple platforms or different ways for monitoring. From the DIY use to the proper installer, to the cloud installer, to just the company that would like to monitor something specifically through the ARC, it's up to you guys what the application would be. So this gives you the nice functionality as an end user to be able to one-touch arm and disarm your system. You can check what's happening with the status and the value of your temperature of your house or the history of it. So this gives you the functionality and it allows you that comfortability to be able to use it as an end user. It also, like we mentioned, can be connected to multiple of the platforms to be able to be managed for monitoring and arm response as well. So this can be connected to HIK Connect itself. So with the new HIK Connect Pro, this gives you a lot more functionality than what before. So it allows you to also interact it with multiple of your accounts or sync them together. You can pull up history reports of the alarm, and you can also send through notifications from there to your client as well. On the cloud side, if you don't have a monitoring company, but you would like to have a look, a lot of people sometimes go overseas and they just want to like to know what's happening to their alarm while they're not there because of different applications. So this allows you to be able to connect it up to our cloud and to HIK Connect. So this gives you that comfortability, and to also link your intercom or your access control and cameras to your AX Pro to one account itself. It can also be connected, like we mentioned, to the ARC, and that will give them also a bit more functionality and control over your system if you require that. As the installers, this can also be used through the Pro Connect, like we mentioned. So from the installing company, they can go through their browser or through their Pro Connect and be able to access this if need be, to do any changes or remotely configure whatever the client is requesting. Right, then on our ARC platform itself, this gives you, like we mentioned, that functionality, so it can be connected to an RDC radio or to an FSK radio. So it's up to you guys and the monitoring company. So as soon as the alarm goes off, immediately it will send it through their radio device and send it straight through to their base station, and from their base station to their program. Whether it's listener or watch manager, it doesn't matter. The plug-in tool is already there. They have that functionality, so it can be done, and it definitely works. So even if you have listener, this gives them the application to be able to use your IP connection and also pull in your video feeds if need be. The same goes with FSK. This can be also connected to a serial cable and giving you all that contact information that you need from the alarm system. Here we have RDC, which works under the same principle. So as soon as the alarm goes off, it will trigger the radio, will send a signal through, and whichever company is using the ARC base station for RDC will receive the signal, and then they can notify their arm response or contact the client, depends on what the application is. On the ProConnect, we can basically have the technician connected up to it and the end user on the other end, and both of it can be connected to the cloud and straight to different parties that need be. So you can connect your alarm system directly from your alarm to your access control or your intercom system. It depends on what your application is, but that functionality gives you the capability through the cloud server. So from cameras to access control to intercoms to external alarm systems, all the way to your door contacts, you can release doors, everything through your ProConnect. So if you do have a client and they would like to maybe remotely open up their gate, you can program it through the HIK-Connect app, giving them the link, and then set up everything for the client and remotely open or close the gate if need be through the HIK-Connect app. So this is just a little guide and easy configuration to show you through the Android side of our Android tablet. On that tablet itself, you have that functionality where you can add the alarm system in through that. So not just for intercom, but also just that comfortability of adding it directly. So you'll have one terminal station, and from that terminal station, you can actually see your alarm system, arm it, disarm it, exit it, whichever, and even have a look at the history of it. You can also have a look at your cameras from there, or use it also for your door stations. So it's up to the end user what they would like and what they require. So that is our AX Pro. This is our family. These are the products that is available, and please speak to your indies or your provider that sells you the Hikvision products, whether it's from Sensor, Regal, ADI, and Pinnacle. It is up to you guys, whoever you guys are dealing with. Please contact them or contact us for any more information. We will have next week a training session for the technical side, and would like to really thank you all for joining us in this presentation. There's still a lot more that's coming and more introductions of our products. Thank you very much.